What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. Every day, it seems like we're closer and closer to this dystopian future where AI takes over, robots do everything, everyone loses their job, no one has any money, and life sucks. And this is just another step in that direction. Microsoft has announced a partnership with Inworld, which is an AI company focusing on narrative driven storylines made by artificial intelligence for video games. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for my article discussing this situation. But for this video, I want to talk about a few things that really kind of pissed me off. First off, the Game Awards. This is actually how I found out about it. It doesn't say it's an advertisement, which is kind of weird because they're taking the approach that this is a good thing for gaming. The Game Awards, run by Jeff Keighley, tweeted, Xbox has announced a partnership with Inworld AI to bring generative AI to games, including AI game dialogue and narrative tools at scale. Now, I don't want to be completely negative about this because I do feel like, one, there is a place for AI in our daily lives. And two, there are things that AI can do in video games to enhance them more than wasting developers' time doing these trivial things that AI could take over for them. But that's really it. And my concern comes in when it starts overreaching beyond that. For example, if you're walking the streets of, we'll say, Spider-Man and running into people in the crowd and talking to them and having an AI generated story or conversation with hundreds of thousands of NPCs in the game, making it feel unique and individual and real, because you can't really do that at scale with humanity. So in areas like that, yeah, I could see a use for it to make the game more immersive. I don't want to completely trash this thing like people are doing in the comment section over on Twitter right now, but that doesn't mean I'm on board with it completely. Microsoft announced on their webpage Xbox and Inworld AI partner to empower game creators with the potential of generative AI. Partnering with Inworld is an important step in our journey to empower game developers. Yeah, sure. Empower them until you take their jobs away. Yeah, all right. Because let's be honest, right now, the game industry is not in the best of places with layoffs, cutbacks, and shaving off every cost they can cut along the way. It's not a good place to be. No one is immune, and it feels like everyone, whether you're a gamer or a company, is feeling the pinch. But one of my biggest frustrations with how they introduce this is, well, one, having the Game Awards announce it on their Twitter like it's a good thing was really strange. But two, how they introduce this article has nothing to do with what the AI is going to end up doing. It's an apples to oranges comparison. For example, they started off by saying, I remember when Miss Pac-Man was chased by her ghostly enemies, Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. They're trying to relate this on a basic level to the average person that doesn't understand AI and what it can do for you. They're bringing it to retro, old school. Everyone can relate to Pac-Man. Though that was not the first AI in games, and it was simple rule-based form of AI, those ghosts showed the world the endless fun that could be born from a reactive algorithm. Since those early days in the arcade, game creators have incorporated AI to build living worlds, dynamic stories, and complex characters. Procedurally generated worlds further advance gaming by introducing endless variability and replayability. Most recently, as game creators had begun experimenting with AI large language models like OpenAI's ChatGPT, we see a world of opportunities accelerating game developer creativity, reduce complexity, and enhance player experiences. But let's get one thing straight here. Comparing the generative AI ambitions of today to the charmingly primitive ghosts of Miss Pac-Man, it's not just a stretch, it's a contortion. It's literally not even in the same universe of what is transpiring. Those pixelated phantoms followed a predictable pattern, a far cry from sweeping narrative depths and emotional landscapes created by human developers that we've come to cherish in modern gaming. For the most part, yeah, sure, there's a crappy stinker here and there, but modern gaming narrative storylines are incredible and they're all created by human emotion. And while AI can try to replicate that, there's a couple big detractors from it. One, the idea of AI assisted dialogue and story generation strips away the nuance, the years of human experience, empathy, deep understanding of human emotions that are crucial to crafting narratives resonating with players on a personal level. And I get it. AI can imitate and AI can eventually probably get there, at least to a point where the average layperson wouldn't even notice. Up front, it is a major concern. And that doesn't even take into my second account, which is even bigger, the impact on the employment. As AI continues to advance, the very real fear is that jobs will be lost, not just transformed as it's being parroted right now by Microsoft and their employees about how great this is. They're avoiding the obvious elephant in the room of the reason they're going this direction is because it's cheaper, and eventually it's going to be much cheaper when you don't have to pay anyone to do it. But one of the reasons why I wanted to even talk about this situation in a video is because of how important and divisive it may be, because I can definitely see the side to how AI can assist gaming. The worry is there may not be any limits put on that and it will run out of control. The slippery slope will be akin to, well, not Terminator 2, but that with employment. It could take away a ton of jobs. And yeah, short term, it will make the games far more affordable, supposedly. But we already know these game companies are super greedy and they cut costs all the way to the bone and make the same amount of money, increasing their profits at the end of the day. So, really, it's not going to make much of an impact or a difference, except for taking away the human element, which at the end of the day makes these games so special in the first place. At least that's how I feel about this situation. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Like I said, the comments on the Game Awards post are really leaning into how horrible this is, and rightfully so, in my opinion. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say about this. I think it's a bad look for Microsoft. It's a bad look for the game industry. It's a bad look for the Game Awards to be parroting this. I'm just like, what's going on? Are we all just not going to ask questions? We're just going to go along with this and be the lemmings that walk off the cliff and not ask any questions along the way? I don't know. That's not the way I am, obviously. And I hope the industry starts asking more questions as we move along with this. And more importantly, starts putting some barriers up and blockades to stop this from getting too intrusive. But that's going to require some self regulating. And, if they're making money, they're not going to self regulate to stop that. And that's the biggest concern with all of it. I'm going to leave it there. Again, check out smashjt.com for my article discussing this in full. It also links Microsoft's press release, their AI partnership press release, that's just kind of cringy from the perspective of we know what you're doing and you're not talking about the elephant in the room. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing. Smash